Thank you for dropping by at Equity Communities of Practice, the convening place for cross-sector collaboration, community advocacy, and personal development, where development and growth are key to achieving sustainable and effective change. Our mission is to leverage insights gained through ongoing community building to promote health equity across all sectors, including finance, education, healthcare, public health, environmental justice, corporate social responsibility, and more. For more information, visit our website at www.equitycommunitiesofpractice.com. Together, we can make a difference. And now your host, Executive Director, Dr. Harry Pettaway, aka Dr. Harry the Equity Coach.
I'm laughing because I'm over the top with the patriotism today. Look, y'all caught me taking a sip of my patriotic tea. Some of y'all know what's up with that. But hey, happy to see you again. I'm Dr. Harry, the Equity Coach. Hey, if you are tired of the same old, look, we got 4 years coming up. If you're tired of the same old rhetoric in your news feed, if you feel like you're preaching to the choir, meaning like to each other all day long, if you feel like you're stuck in silos, not getting anything done, right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing, just going around in circles, then I invite you to come on over to Equity Communities of Practice, where I will help you break your personal algorithm so that you can get things done. You don't have to live in this circle of what's about to happen. That's been happening. You don't have to live there. You want to work with other people? Come on over. I'll help you out. You want to get different perspectives? Come on over. We will help you out. Hey, let's get to this quote really quick, though, because we're going to be talking about wealth. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Let's get into it. Super Nintendo. It's also hard for me not to rap this too. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green, leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with a chauffeur. My favorite part. Phone bill, about 2 G's flat. Some of y'all too young to know about that. No need to worry. My accountant handles that. Stick around, and at the end of this, I will give you the QR code to the video. That is Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G. The song is Juicy. I'll give you the QR code later. Happy that you're here. Look at all these social media things right here. Pick one, choose one. Don't care which one it is, wherever you're coming from. Glad that you're here. Follow us, it helps. Comment, helps. Let's make this a little bit fun today. Hey, I got new shoes on, so my foot pedal's not working. How are you arriving today? I'm really curious. I am arriving kind of cynical. And I'm cynical because, man, it is a very important, it's 2 very important days. It's MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I hate really saying MLK, but everybody's saying it, so that's what I say. And then also, it is the inauguration, and I just watched it. Public health got quite the scathing review from our from 47. So I did invite some public health folks to join me on these things, and they they declined. And I also don't have my typical political commentator, the person that I talk about politics with online. I need a new one because that one isn't joining me to talk about politics. But yes, today was let me know in the chat how you are arriving. Look at this. Yeah, here comes a picture. How you feeling about today? What's going on with you? There's actually supposed to be a picture of the inauguration, which I can see and you can't see, but that's okay. Why do I have, go back to this screen. Why do I have my flag though? I want to touch on this just a little bit because I said that I would give some commentary about it. We are talking about wealth today, and one of the things, if you did watch the inauguration or you have been following politics at all, there's a lot going on with like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, right? Too much access to the president. Here's what I'm going to say, right? So they all sat up there, Vivek, all of them sat up there, right? Would you rather have them, or would you rather have Steve Bannon, Laura Loomer, and some of the others? So either pick the business people, right? Or pick the flat out don't like people like me. I know who I would prefer. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying it is interesting though. On that note, I think what people fail to realize, you have two, they call them tech giants, right? But you do have the two, biggest social media outlets there, as well as the two, I don't know if there's any other private space exploration organizations out there. Kind of makes sense for them to want to be involved. I would love to have a different session, because we are going to talk about social determinants of health and we're going to talk about wealth. I would love to have another FAFO Friday on what some of that policy implications are on that. But, that is not the purpose of today's show. But what is the purpose of today's broadcast? Let's find out. As you know, and I think this might be the last one, the last installment of Social Determinants of Health Month broadcast from Equity Communities of Practice. This is the 12th one. It has been a blast. We've talked about so many things related to social determinants of health, different models like the health belief model, social ecological model, all those things, and fun and exciting stuff that some of us public health nerds love to talk about. But today we're going to talk about social determinants of health, economics, education, healthcare, health services. Did I mention that there was a scathing review for public health by the new president? Said we can't do anything related to disasters. Yet nothing about wealth development or preventative, none of that stuff. Just what happens in a disaster, like get a vaccine or stay inside when there's a pandemic. Anyway, we'll talk about built environments. We talk about social context. I'm full of it today. And that's all right, because also during that speech, there's no more censorship. So I can say what I want to. I'll try to keep it fact-based, right? So let's get into it. Wealth. Wealth refers to the accumulation of financial resources, assets, and investments that provide individuals and communities with economic security and opportunities. As a social determinant of health, wealth influences access to housing, education, healthcare, and other critical resources that shape health outcomes and overall well-being. Within the socio-ecological model, wealth operates at multiple levels, from individual financial stability to community investments and systemic economic policies. Oh, it could be more political than that. Wealth plays a pivotal role in creating health equity by enabling access to quality healthcare, nutritious food, and stable housing. However, disparities in wealth distribution can reinforce cycles of disadvantage, limiting opportunities for some while consolidating power and privilege for others. Additionally, societal opinions on wealth are often biased, with judgments about how wealth should be used and shaped more by perceptions of others' wealth than by introspection about one's own financial resources. These biases can influence policies, philanthropic efforts, and even public health priorities. What? No, that's not a thing. Understanding wealth within the socio-ecological model underscores its dual potential to drive progress or exacerbate inequities. By fostering inclusive financial systems and equitable policies, public health initiatives can mitigate disparities and create opportunities for all individuals and communities to thrive. Doesn't that sound awesome? All communities to thrive. I think is it coming up? My internet does not look. I think Elon heard that I was gonna say something about him today. So I just don't think that he likes me today. We're gonna keep going. We don't need the graphic. We're gonna do a Carrie Underwood because we don't need the graphic. We're just gonna keep talking, right? She didn't have. I don't know if anybody. This is me talking out of pocket right now. If you saw the inauguration, Carrie Underwood was gonna sing, and all them tech people in the room, they could not get the audio to work. So same thing's happening here right now. So let's talk about wealth. There was a point in there, and I don't know who, if you caught it, but the title of this has in here, don't blame Elon. And the reason why that's in there is that Elon Musk's wealth does not directly relate to the wealth that I have, or the wealth that we should try to grow for individuals in our community. Those are kind of separate things. And I feel that as a society, we get distracted when people have things that we don't have. And I'll put it in perspective. I am not a wealthy man, but I don't consider myself a poor man, mostly because I have love and family and all those things around me. I think that there's arguments about what all that means. But what I will say is that some people will look at me as a wealthy person and think that I should give away my services for free, speak for free, not realizing that I need to feed my family, pull away contracts and things like that. There's people under the DEI umbrella that will take your last dollar. They will take it from you. Not give you a damn thing for it. So wealth is subjective when it comes to a lot of things. I'll challenge some of you that are of faith. Are you giving 10% of your income to your church? If you are, how's that church managing that money? Some are doing it great, some aren't. When we talk about it from a social determinants of health perspective, one of the interesting things, and even if you look at some of the information or some of the initiatives going on this month for Social Determinants of Health Month, they're not really talking about wealth. There's a couple people, if you look at Michigan's history as it relates to public health, there is the Poverty and Economic Task Force. There is the Black Leadership Advisory Council that talks about wealth. What we don't see much of is people talking about financial literacy. We don't see from a public health perspective talking about the importance of creating opportunities for economic growth so that we can break out of some of these cycles that we're in. It's almost like if you look at public health right now, it's almost like healthcare. It's close to a sick care system. I'm not saying that these services aren't important. I'm not saying that providing food is not important. I'm not saying that providing shelter is not important. I'm not saying any of that isn't important, but we need to bounce back to some of the upstream issues in terms of education, creating wealth, creating financial literacy, those type of things, because at the end of the day, it gives us options. If you look at the wildfires, I know I keep talking about those wildfires, but there's a big gap between, there's a lot of people saying like all these celebrities lost their homes, and I get it, right? And some of them have managed their money better than others, but there's a whole bunch of other people that don't have a pot to, in, that are stuck paying mortgages for toxic land, right? They do not have the options because they just don't have the amount of wealth somebody else has. So as you spend your week talking about the speeches that were going on, what the next 4 years is going to look like, What can you do to improve wealth in your community? What are you doing with your wealth? Do you give $1 to the person that asked for it? Do you give anything to the Salvation Army? I don't know. Do you invest in schools? That kind of stuff. I don't know. There's a whole lot that can be said about it. Hey, I appreciate all of you that joined and listened. We may put together something more to talk about policy as it relates to public health, especially with some of the changes. I will encourage, since I have this, if you made it this far, if you're listening, probably because you know me. And since you know me, I'm going to encourage you that I don't care where you are on the political spectrum, but the next 4 years are the next 4 years. The rules of the next 4 years are the rules of the next 4 years. And me, as an expectant father, I don't have time to wait another 4 years for somebody to do everything that aligns with me. So I plan on keeping the people accountable that said that they're going to make the world a little bit better. I plan on encouraging others to do so. I plan on, like Big Gretch says, working with whoever wants to work with me. You want to come on over to Equity Communities of Practice. You want to learn how to talk to other people, be exposed to different groups, gain different perspectives. And it's not a political place. It's just different people. Educators talking to finance people, talking to public health people, talking to healthcare people. So much we can do. I invite you to come on over and check it out. As always, here's the QR code. You want to join this Social Determinants of Health Challenge? Come on. We'll probably have a couple more as well. Not probably. We will have a couple more. I'm excited because I spent the whole day looking at speeches and stuff like that. So I get weird like that. And as I mentioned, and always the disclaimer, there's cuss words in this. So you shouldn't be at work today because it's Martin Luther King Day, right? So you shouldn't have to worry about that. But, if you got kids with you, earmuffs, Juicy is a classic. It is a classic. But with that, thanks for joining me. This has been fun. I appreciate everybody that's tagged along, and we will talk to you next time.